chosen one. People look at you and they see someone who has it all together. They see you show up every day. They see you smile and function and carry on. They see someone who seems fine, maybe a little tired sometimes, but basically okay. They have no idea what it costs you to maintain that image. They do not know what is really happening beneath the surface you show them, but I do. I see all of it. The version of you that others see, and the version that only exists when you are alone. I see both, and I am here to tell you that I have been with you in all the moments nobody else witnessed. They see you at work being productive and professional. What they do not see is that you took 3 pain relievers before you even got there. They do not see that you rehearsed how to walk normally, so your limp would not show. They do not see that you chose your outfit based on what would hide the changes in your body that you do not want anyone to notice. They do not see you gripping the edge of your desk when a wave of dizziness hits, or the way you have learned to type through hand tremors that concern you but that you have not mentioned to anyone. They see competence. I see courage. They see normal. I see extraordinary effort. They see you laughing at family dinners. What they do not see is that you almost cancelled 3 times that day. They do not know that you are strategically positioned close to the bathroom just in case. They do not notice that you are eating less than usual or that you are pushing food around your plate while making conversation so no one realizes you have lost your appetite entirely. They do not see you calculating how long you can sit here before you will need to leave because your body will not cooperate much longer. They see you enjoying the moment. I see you borrowing strength from tomorrow just to make it through today. They see you scrolling through social media, posting pictures that look happy and normal. What they do not see is that you took that photo on one of your better days last week and saved it for a day like today when you do not look or feel like yourself. They do not know that you spent 20 minutes in bed this morning trying to gather enough energy just to take a shower. They do not see the pile of laundry that has been sitting there for days because you cannot find the strength to deal with it. They do not see you sitting in your car in the parking lot, giving yourself a pep talk before going into a store because even simple errands feel overwhelming. Now they see your highlight reel. I see your behind the scenes. If this is resonating with what you have been living, leave a comment. Sometimes just being seen is the first step toward being healed. They see you getting out of bed each morning. What they do not see is that you have been awake since 3 a.m. They do not know about the hours you spent lying there listening to your heartbeat, trying to determine if it sounds normal, wondering if you should be worried about the rhythm. They do not see you Googling symptoms in the dark, reading through forums of people describing experiences that sound terrifyingly similar to yours. They do not see the Notes app on your phone where you have been keeping a log of every strange sensation, every concerning symptom, every day that felt harder than it should. They see someone who sleeps normally. I see someone who is exhausted from hypervigilance. They see you say no thanks when offered certain foods or activities. What they do not see is the complex calculation happening in your mind. You are weighing whether this will trigger symptoms. You are remembering the last time you tried something similar and how it affected you for 3 days afterward. You are doing risk assessment that has become second nature, but that you never wanted to become part of your daily thinking. They might think you are being picky or difficult. I see you trying to protect yourself in a body that no longer feels predictable or safe. They see you checking your phone frequently. What they do not see is that you are not checking social media or messages. You are checking the health app where you have been monitoring your heart rate. You are looking at the reminder you set for when to take medication. You are reviewing the list of questions you typed out for your next doctor appointment Because you are terrified, you will forget to mention something important. You are researching specialists and treatment options and trying to make sense of medical terminology that you never thought you would need to understand. They think you are distracted. I see you trying to manage an invisible crisis. They see you turn down invitations, and they might think you are antisocial or uninterested. What they do not see is that you desperately want to go. You want to be the person who can make plans without wondering if your body will cooperate that day. You want to commit to things without that voice in the back of your mind asking, what if you do not feel well enough? When the time comes, you have already cancelled too many times, and the guilt of that weighs on you. So now you just say no up front, rather than risk disappointing people again or having to explain something you can barely put into words yourself. They see rejection. I see self-preservation. They see you being quiet in conversations. What they do not see is that you are trying to focus through brain fog that makes it hard to follow what people are saying. You are working to appear engaged while also managing symptoms that are demanding your attention. You are present in body, but part of your mind is always monitoring what your body is doing, checking in with each system, making sure nothing is going wrong. They might think you are bored or distant. I see you splitting your attention between social interaction and survival. They see you mention doctor appointments casually like they are routine. What they do not see is the anxiety that builds for days before each one. The hope and dread mixed together. The fear that they will find something serious, or the equally frustrating fear that they will find nothing at all, and you will be back to square one with no answers. They do not see you practicing how to describe your symptoms, so you will be taken seriously. They do not see the disappointment when the appointment is rushed and you leave feeling unheard. They see healthcare as a normal part of life. I see it as a source of ongoing stress and often re-traumatization. Hit the like button if this message is speaking to your hidden reality. It helps this reach others who are also living behind a mask. They see you mention being tired and they respond with their own tiredness as if it is the same thing. What they do not see is that your tired is not their tired. Your tired is waking up exhausted after a full night of sleep. Your tired is feeling like you ran a marathon when all you did was take a shower. Your tired is cognitive fog so thick that simple tasks require tremendous mental effort. Your tired is a bone-deep, cellular-level exhaustion that rest does not fix. They see a common complaint. I see a daily battle against a body that will not generate the energy you need. They see you functioning and assume you are managing well. What they do not see is the cost of that functioning. You are borrowing from reserves that are already depleted. You are pushing through pain levels that would stop most people in their tracks. You are operating on willpower and sheer determination, because stopping is not an option, even though everything in you wants to collapse. They see capability. I see someone running on empty who refuses to quit. They see you at your best on good days and think that is your baseline. What they do not see is that good days are rare and you hoard them like precious resources. You strategically plan important things for days when you have slightly more capacity. You know the difference between good days, okay days, bad days, and terrible days in ways that people with reliable bodies never have to think about. They see the version of you that shows up when you can. I see all the versions, including the ones you hide from everyone. They see you mention your health concerns briefly and then change the subject. What they do not see is that you have learned not to talk about it much because people do not know what to do with information they cannot fix. You have learned that most people can only hold space for your struggle for a short time before they get uncomfortable or start offering unsolicited advice or worse. Stop inviting you to things because your health issues make them awkward. So you have become skilled at mentioning just enough to be honest, but not so much that it becomes a thing. They think it is no big deal. I know it is consuming your life. They see you make it to important events. What they do not see is everything you sacrificed to have enough energy for that one thing. You rested for 2 days before. You will need 3 days after to recover. You said no to 5 other things that week to conserve your resources for this one priority. You took extra medication and used techniques you have learned to manage symptoms just to make it through. They see you present and they think you are fine. I see the elaborate system of conservation and compensation you have built just to participate in moments others take for granted. They see you respond, "I am okay," when they ask how you are. What they do not see is that you have lost the language to explain how you really are. How do you tell someone that you are scared all the time? That your body feels like a stranger you are trapped inside? That you grieve the life you had while trying to accept the life you have? That some days you are not sure how much longer you can keep doing this? There is no socially acceptable way to say those things when someone asks casually. So you say fine, you say okay, you say hanging in there. They hear a polite response. I hear a silent scream. They see you taking care of responsibilities. What they do not see is that you have redefined what taking care of things means. Your standards have dropped not because you do not care, but because you cannot maintain what you used to maintain. Clean enough has replaced spotless. Done has replaced perfect. Survival has replaced thriving. You have made peace with good enough in areas where you used to excel because you simply do not have the capacity anymore. They might see lower standards. I see wisdom about what actually matters. They see you moving through your day. What they do not see is that every decision is filtered through your body first. Can I do this without making symptoms worse? Is this worth the energy it will cost? What will I have to sacrifice tomorrow if I do this today? You have become an expert in energy accounting, constantly calculating costs and benefits in a way that healthy people never have to consider. They see spontaneity and freedom. Your life requires strategic planning just to survive. Type amen if you understand this hidden burden of looking fine while falling apart inside. They see strength in how you handle this. What they do not see is that you do not feel strong at all. You feel like you are barely holding on. You feel like an imposter in your own life, pretending to be okay while internally drowning. You feel fragile and scared, and so very tired of being brave. They admire your resilience. You wonder how much longer you can keep this up. They see you alone sometimes and think you are introverted or busy. What they do not see is that you are isolating because it is easier than explaining. It is easier than managing other people's reactions to your reality. It is easier than watching them not understand, or worse, watching them understand just enough to look at you with pity. You have learned that loneliness with privacy is sometimes preferable to loneliness in community. They see someone who likes their space. I see someone who has been hurt by being misunderstood too many times. They see you talk about the future tentatively. What they do not see is that you are terrified to make plans because you do not know what your body will be doing next month. Next year, 5 years from now, you cannot commit to things the way you used to because health has taught you that nothing is guaranteed. You have learned to hold dreams loosely because tighter grip means more pain when you have to let go. They think you are non-committal. I see someone learning to live with uncertainty. They see you focusing on small things, small victories, small joys. What they do not see is that you have learned to find meaning in moments because you cannot count on having big experiences anymore. A morning without pain, a full night of sleep, an hour where you forgot to monitor your body, these have become treasures. You have developed gratitude for things others overlook because you know what it is like when even basic comfort is not guaranteed. They see you being too easily pleased. I see you finding light in darkness. They see you say you are doing everything you can. What they do not see is the full list of everything that entails. The supplements you take, lined up on your counter in a daily ritual that takes 10 minutes every morning. The foods you avoid, which means carefully reading every label and asking detailed questions at restaurants while trying not to sound difficult. The sleep hygiene you practice, going to bed at the same time even when you want to stay up, keeping your room at the right temperature, avoiding screens, doing relaxation exercises. The stress management techniques you employ throughout the day, the breathing exercises you do in bathroom stalls at work, the progressive muscle relaxation you practice while sitting in traffic. The physical therapy exercises you force yourself to do, even on days when movement hurts. The meditation and mindfulness practices that were supposed to be calming, but sometimes just make you more aware of how bad you feel. The detailed tracking in apps and journals, monitoring patterns, noting triggers, documenting every variation in symptoms. The hours spent researching your condition, reading medical studies, trying to understand the science of what is happening in your body. The advocacy work you do in medical appointments, bringing notes and questions, pushing back when you are dismissed, insisting on being heard. The mental and emotional work of processing this experience, the therapy sessions or journaling or long conversations with the few people who really get it. You have become your own health project, devoting hours each week to managing this condition in ways that are invisible to everyone around you. They see someone trying. I see a full-time job that nobody is paying you for. They see you in photos from years ago and comment on how you look the same. What they do not see is that those photos make you want to cry. You look at that person and barely recognize them. Not because your appearance has changed dramatically, but because you remember what it felt like to inhabit that body. You remember moving without calculating the cost. You remember making plans without fear. You remember sleeping without monitoring. You remember existing without this constant undercurrent of concern. That person in the photo had no idea what was coming. You want to warn them. You want to tell them to appreciate the easy health while it lasts. But you also know that even if you could, they would not really understand until they lived it themselves. They see continuity. I see before and after versions that feel worlds apart. They see you handle bad news with composure. What they do not see is that you have had practice. This is not your first disappointing test result, your first treatment that did not work, your first symptom that got worse instead of better, your first doctor who could not help. You have learned to keep your face neutral while receiving information that terrifies you. You have learned to ask practical questions while your mind is screaming. You have learned to thank the medical professional and walk calmly to your car before you fall apart. They see someone who takes things in stride. I see someone who has developed coping mechanisms for repeated trauma. They see you celebrating small improvements. What they do not see is that you are recalibrating your entire measurement system. What counts as a good day now would have been a concerning day a few years ago. You are celebrating being able to do things that used to be so basic you never thought about them. Walking around the block feels like an achievement. Getting through a social event without having to leave early feels like victory. Having a week without a major symptom flare feels like a miracle. Your baseline has shifted so much that you are genuinely grateful for things that other people would consider bare minimum functioning. They might think you have low standards. I see someone finding hope in whatever they can. They see you talk about your medical team. What they do not see is the journey it took to assemble that team, the doctors who dismissed you, the specialists who had no openings for 6 months, the appointments where you left feeling gaseous or confused or more worried than when you arrived, the insurance battles, the referrals that led nowhere, the times you had to start over with someone new and explain your entire history again, the frustration of being passed from one specialist to another with no one taking ownership of your whole situation. The moments when you had to be your own advocate so strongly that you worried you came across as difficult. The times you cried in parking lots after appointments. They hear about your current doctors. I know about all the ones before who failed you. They see the version of you that exists in their presence. What they do not see is who you are when you finally close your door at night. That is when the mask comes off. That is when you allow yourself to feel how hard today actually was. That is when you cry or rage or collapse or do whatever you need to do to release what you held in all day. That is when you assess the damage from pushing too hard and make plans to recover. That is when you are most real. They know the public you. I know the private you, and I am here for both. They will never fully understand what you carry, and that is okay because I do. I see every hidden moment, every private struggle, every smile that cost you, every normal appearance that required extraordinary effort. I see the person you are when nobody is watching, and the person you force yourself to be when everyone is watching. I see how different those two versions are, and I see how exhausting it is to maintain that gap. I want you to know that you do not have to perform for me. You do not have to pretend with me. You do not have to be stronger or braver or more positive than you actually feel. I can handle your reality in all its messiness. I can hold space for your fear and anger and grief and exhaustion without needing you to wrap it in prettier packaging. Bring me the truth. Bring me the version of you that you hide from everyone else. That is the version I want to heal, because here is what people do not see, and what maybe you have not seen either. While they were looking at your exterior and making assumptions, while you were working so hard to appear normal, I was working in the hidden places. I was in the 3 a.m. hours when you could not sleep. I was in the doctor offices that disappointed you. I was in the moments of private breakdown. I was in the lonely spaces where you felt most unseen, and I was doing something there that nobody could observe. I was building something in you that could only be built in secret. I was developing a kind of strength that looks nothing like what people typically call strength. I was growing faith in soil that seemed too dark for anything to grow. I was creating beauty from ashes in ways that will only make sense later. The hidden season has not been wasted. What happened in private will have public impact, but not yet. First, it had to be refined away from watching eyes. I know you are tired of hiding. I know you want relief not just from symptoms, but from the effort of maintaining appearances. I know you wish people could see the whole truth, so you could stop working so hard to seem okay. But I also know that the privacy of your struggle has protected something precious. It has kept your healing from being a spectator sport. It has allowed you to process without performance. It has given you space to be real that you would not have had if everyone knew everything. Now, let me tell you what I am about to do. I am going to heal what people cannot see. The internal battles, the hidden symptoms, the private pain, all of it is about to encounter my power. But more than that, I am going to heal the split between your public and private self. You will not have to work so hard to appear normal, because normal will become your actual reality again. The gap between what people see and what is real will close. The performance will end because there will be nothing left to hide. The symptoms you have been managing in secret will lose their power. The pain you have been concealing will be removed. The exhaustion you have been pushing through will be replaced with genuine energy. The fear you have been carrying alone will be replaced with peace. One by one, the things only I could see will disappear until there is nothing hidden left to heal. And when people look at you then, what they see will finally match what is real. Not because you got better at pretending, but because you got actually better. They will see someone who is truly well, and they will have no idea about the journey it took to get there. They will have no concept of what was overcome in the invisible places. But you will know, and I will know, and that will be enough. Share this message if it gave voice to something you have been carrying silently. Someone else needs to know they are not alone in their hidden struggle. I need you to do something right now. I need you to stop performing even for just this moment. Stop trying to be strong. Stop managing how this looks. Just be honest with me about how hard this actually is. Tell me the truth you have not told anyone else. Speak out loud the fear you have been swallowing. Admit the exhaustion you have been hiding. Let the tears come if they need to come. Release the scream you have been keeping quiet. Whatever you have been holding in to protect others or protect yourself, let it out to me. Because healing of hidden things starts with bringing them into the light. Not public light, not the light of other people's awareness, but the light of honest acknowledgement between you and me. I cannot heal what you will not let me see, even though I already see it. You have to give me permission to touch the places you have been protecting. So right here, right now, tell me what nobody else knows. Tell me about the symptoms you have not mentioned. Tell me about the fears that wake you at night. Tell me about the pain level you have been minimizing. Tell me about how close you are to giving up. Tell me the real numbers, the real frequency, the real impact. Stop downplaying it. Stop comparing it to people who have it worse. Stop talking yourself out of how bad it actually is. Just tell me the unedited truth. Now hear me speak to that truth. Every hidden symptom you just acknowledged, I am touching it right now with healing power. Every secret fear you just named, I am replacing it with my peace. Every private pain point you just exposed, I am removing it from your body. What you brought into the light cannot stay in darkness anymore. Exposure to my presence changes everything. The thing you have been most afraid of, the worst-case scenario you have not said out loud to anyone. I already know about it, and I am already dismantling it. The progression you fear, the decline you dread, the loss of function you imagine. None of it has to happen because I am intervening right now in the trajectory of this condition. What looked inevitable is being interrupted. What seemed unstoppable is being stopped. You do not have to keep living split between public appearance and private reality. You do not have to keep working so hard to seem fine. You do not have to keep hiding how bad it really is because I am healing it. What is broken inside where nobody sees is being restored. What is malfunctioning in the hidden systems is being corrected. What has been deteriorating in secret is being rebuilt. In the coming days and weeks, you are going to notice something. The version of you that you show people and the version of you that exists alone are going to start matching again. Not because you get better at acting, but because you get better at being. The effort of appearing normal will decrease because actual normalcy will return. The gap will close, the hiding will end, the performance will be over. And when someone asks how you are, you will be able to say truly fine and mean it. When you wake up in the morning, the first thought will not be checking your body for problems. When you make plans, you will not have to calculate energy costs and recovery time. When you go to bed at night, you will not have to process the toll of maintaining a facade. You will just be well, actually, genuinely, completely well. I am healing what others do not see. But soon they will see the results of that healing, even if they never understand the full story. They will see you thriving and have no idea about the hidden battle you won. They will see you free and have no concept of the invisible chains that were broken. They will see you whole and never know about the secret fractures that were mended. You will carry the testimony of what I did in the hidden places. You will know the full story. You will remember what it cost to survive this season. And one day, when the time is right, you will share that story with someone else who is living behind a mask, managing a hidden crisis, performing wellness while falling apart inside. And your testimony will give them hope that healing is possible for invisible struggles too. Write healed in the comments as a declaration that what was hidden is now being touched by divine power. Let your words seal what heaven has already begun. You are not alone in the hidden places. You have never been alone there. I have been with you in every secret moment of struggle, and I am with you now as healing begins in the parts of your life that nobody else can see. Trust me with your whole truth. Let me into the places you have been protecting, and watch as I do what only I can do. What was hidden will be healed. What was secret will be restored. What was private will be made whole. This is my promise to you. The healing you need most is already beginning in the places no one else can see. Receive it now.